What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So this is the second upload that we have for today. We got the official patch notes for the Season 2 Reloaded update for multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone. The last video that I went over was the early access download. The file size is absolutely massive. If you don't know about that, check out the last video, but let's jump into it. So the global changes, this is for multiplayer and zombies. The GPR 91, it says we are making some adjustments to GPR 91 to help build and play styles that target its slower TTK. We're extending the effective damage range where headshots are especially impactful. We're also making improvements to the CHF barrel, the rapid fire attachment to make these more appealing choices. And then they go on to showcase what the pre-patch was. So it's just the range right here up to 17.8 meters. It got updated to 22.2 meters. And then as of everything else, it's pretty much exactly the same. And then the additional adjustments for the CHF barrel: vertical recoil penalty reduced from 55 to 40, horizontal recoil penalty reduced from 25 to 20, rapid fire improvement increased from 7 to 10, and horizontal recoil penalty increased from 25 to 30. As for the next weapon, this is the Fang 82. The Fang 82 is designed as an assault rifle LMG hybrid with a slow rate of fire. We wanted to play more aggressively than it has been, so we're giving it some significant handling and mobility improvements. So pre-fire delay improved from 55 milliseconds to 25, slide to fire speed improved from 410 to 380, dive to fire speed improved from 490 to 460, aim down sight speed improved from 400 to 370, movement speed improved from 4.6 to 4.7, crouch movement speed improved from 2.1 to 4.3, the sprinting movement speed improved, ADS movement improved as well. Now for the marksman rifles, the SWAT 556, it says they're improving the burst delay on the SWAT 556 when compared with the AEK 973. It should be harder to hit one burst kills at range, but much easier to fire off subsequent bursts. So the delay was reduced from 250 to 220. Rapid fire burst delay reduced from 200 to 170. The Sarkov 762, small improvement to shot queuing to help prevent accidental follow-up shots when spamming the trigger. The AEK 973, we are very excited to have a full auto AEK in Black Ops 6. There is an issue causing the headshot damage to be lower than intended, so they have corrected it, and it says right here base headshot went from 1.1 to 1.28, and then the multiplier with the CHF barrel 1.17 to 1.36. Now for the sniper rifles, address the issue for some fast mag attachments that resulted in extra rechamber animations playing at the end of an empty reload. As for the melee, we are improving some melee lunge distances, especially for the 2-hit kill melee weapons. Our melee tuning philosophy revolves around keeping melee movement speeds the same to prevent the certain melee weapons from being optimal for hitting targets. That means hit to kill attack speeds and lunge distances are our main tools for creating unique feeling animations for weapons. We know that more hit to kills can be a big disadvantage, so this is what they did. Lunge distance increased by 4% up to 1.3 meters. Doesn't seem like that far. Baseball bat, lunge distance increased by 6%, 1.8 meters, and then power drill up by 47% up to 1.7 meters. And then the attachments: underbarrel crossbow, increase ammo count by 1, increase ADS zoom level, and the projectile velocity, reduce initial vertical velocity, reduce cases of overshooting the target in close range situations. Now for the multiplayer specific updates, so it says right here maps: added new maps to multiplayer rotation, grind, ooze, 6v6, and bullet. For the mode search and destroy, adjust the issue where the 1v3 medal would not be awarded. For spawns, team deathmatch, adjusted spawning logic to reduce chances of flipping too soon, resulting in less immediate flipping. Domination, adjusted spawning logic to slightly reduce the stickiness and strength that zone ownership has on spawns. While we do want players to spawn near their own zones, we also want to ensure that safe spawns can occur if enemies are advancing into your objective. For all the modes, increasing the time that a death will affect enemy spawn positions. This should result in less immediate flipping. And then the LTM highlights and adjustments. So they added TMNT mosh pit, enter game of TDM, domination, hardpoint, and they basically just explained the TMNT stuff all over again. And then it says added a grind ooze 24/7 mosh pit to 6v6 respawn modes on grind ooze, TDM, kill confirm, domination, hardpoint. The general playlist updates: so the TMNT mosh pit, grind ooze, small map mosh pit, gun game, prop hunt, and gunfight. For the perks, shrapnel radar, explosive kills will no longer activate a shrapnel radar ping. Score event tracker, address the issue where enemies were not consistently pinged in free-for-all. For the score streaks, the nuke, address the issue where if a player used a weapon-based score streak during their current life, they would be unable to obtain a nuke after 30 normal weapon kills. Hand cannon, address the issue where the hand cannon did not contribute towards score streak medals. Movement updates, address the issue where strafing into prone could result in a third-person animation pop. They also did some UI updates, address the issue that prevented stats for the War Machine and combat record from being tracked correctly. Address the issue where the players would receive receive a notification that their care package was hijacked by a player using the gearhead to booby trap it, adjusted gun game scoreboard to display score, eliminations, and ratio, improved navigation when editing loadouts, added a mute player button while in body shield, adjusted crash that occurred when quickly scrolling through gunsmith accessory list, and then addressed the issue where duplicate game modes were shown in private match game mode list. For the graphic update, addressed the issue with environment visuals during the benchmark sequence. Stability, addressed various stability issues. Now for the zombie updates that we have, so it says map the tomb, a lot of changes here. So address the issue where shock mimics could push players out of bounds, address the issue where Sam Trial reward chests would still have collision after disappearing, address the issue where being shocked while charging the Staff of Ice would cause it to be stuck charging, address the issue where the doppelgas could spawn in the ground during a constellation trial, address the issue where players could get stuck when jumping down from floating rock during the Wonder Weapon upgrade quest, address the issue where players joining a match during the third step of the Wonder Weapon upgrade quest would see a sealed portal, address the issue where zombies spawn during a side quest would immediately die if the player was using pheromone augment, address the issue where some zombies spawning in the Neolithic catacombs would flicker brightly, address the issue where the fog from a special round would not be present when choosing to continue after completing the main quest, address the issue where zombies would not be able to properly path to the player at a specific location in the subterranean temple, address the issue where while using a mutant injection where player armor would take damage while standing in etheric lantern flames, address the issue in split screen where the lighting for player 2 would cause changes depending on player 1's location, leaving the dark ether nexus while building the Staff of Ice will now reset progress and the Staff of Ice damage when re-entering, address the issue where the shock mimics were playing the wrong animation when slowed, address the issue during the last step of the Wonder Weapon quest where zombies spawning from portals would lack animation, added a death animation to the tombs area, final encounter reduced the duration of boss stun effects so it saw a nerf, slightly reduced spawn counters in parties of 3 or 4 players, Citadel de Mort, address the issue where players could take out of bounds damage while using the cave side, address the issue where players could take out of bounds damage on top of a car, address an offset spawn in the Dublite room, address the issue where the timer in the sanctuary would not start during the Soulless Sword quest, address some death animation locations that would clip through objects, address the issue where an operator voice would play before revealing the paladin's brooch. For directed mode, address the issue where the pickup prompt for swords would be blank after loading a save file, address the issue where the guide would be empty if player failed or left sanctuary when obtaining Soulless, address the issue where the place turn page fragment prompt on the codex would be present when players do not have any pages. Now for the modes, they added directed mode to the tomb, LTM highlights, they added Cowabunga Cranked. We've talked about this before, so I won't explain it again, but you can read it here. Weapons, check note for reloaded global section, so it's the same exact changes that they made in multiplayer, once again here. And then for the perks, death perception, death stare augment, increase health threshold to activate 20% of max health. Further Insight Augment will now function while using high contrast mode, and Deadshot Daiquiri. And then for Deadshot Daiquiri, address the issue where aim would not snap to the head when standing in a Vulture Aid fetid upgrade cloud. Now for the field upgrades, Dark Flare, increase Dark Flare base damage from 40 to 55% of base zombie max health, increase Dark Flare Supernova take damage from 25 to 55% of base zombies health, increase Dark Flare Supernova explosion damage from 150 to 300 of base zombies max health. For the Score Streaks Mutant Injection, addressed an issue that prevented players from using melee if they were awarded melee macchiato while using the Mutant Injection. For the loot, added the following weapons and support items to the mystery box and loot box: PPSA, Cypher 091, Fang 82 TR2, War Machine, and the hand cannon. And then for enemies, Vermin, address the issue where Vermin would not be affected by the Rampage Inducer. Armored zombies will now receive critical damage when insta-kill is active. For the activities, address the issue where Sam Trial reward chests would disappear without claiming the rewards. Address the issue where the PhD flopper Sam Trial would not progress properly. An issue with the weapon score streaks awarded from Sam Trial could only have 1 ammo. Address the issue where hipfire Sam Trials would not progress properly when using single fire weapons. For the challenges, address an issue that prevented the Prestige 10 challenge random elements from tracking properly. Adjusted the following changes: Titan felling, special enemy kills will now count towards this challenge. Now for the UI, address the issue that could prevent players from editing a Gobblegum pack. Address the issue that prevented eliminations with the Thrustodyne M23 from counting correctly. addressed an issue that prevented the firing range from being accessible while on the confirmed loading screen, and then addressed the issue where weapon stats in the after action report would list starting loadouts instead of finishing loadout. The after action report will now display gobblegums earned during the match, corrected some typos for the graphics, addressed an issue where etheric lantern flame effects could still be stuck on screen after using a self-revive in the flames, addressed the issue where the effects of the staff of ice would not display properly when in third person, and then finally stability addressed various stability issues. So now we jump into the Warzone side of things. It says right here, February 19th, the mid-season update arrives tomorrow for Call of Duty, sets the stakes even higher with 2 modes and all that good stuff. So here is the playlist update. We have Ring Play BR, Trios, Years Extend, Battle Royale, Solos, Duos, Quads of Years Extend, hopefully for the last time because, you know, Verdansk's coming soon. And then Resurgence, Solo, Duos, Trios, Quads, Rebirth Island, Quads Area 99, and then Plunder Quads in Years Extend. Now, the general stuff, so it says Warzone combat records have been enabled. Repeat loadout drop access after that. This is a weird one. So if a player has already accessed a specific loadout drop crate and then dies, they will not be able to return to that same exact loadout drop crate to reacquire new weapons. They will either need to return to their dropped weapons as indicated by the skull icon on the map, acquire a new loadout drop, or purchase their weapon from a buy station or find a favorite supply box. So usually it would let you keep coming back as long as one of your teammates hasn't gotten the supply box and completely got it to disappear off the map. So this said, as part of ongoing efforts to refine gameplay, we've been addressing long-standing cheese and mechanics to create a more balanced experience for all players. One exploit we've observed, particularly in the Resurgence, involves a small percentage of players repeatedly using a loadout drop after death to duplicate their weapons. Since players already dropped their weapons upon death and we've improved skull iconography to help them locate their previous death locations, we recognize that newer systems such as Weapon Trade Station can be exploited through this method to generate excessive rewards. To maintain fair play and rebalance the in-game economy, we believe now is the right time to address this exploit. And then Weapon Trade Station balancing, trades now downgrade the weapon by only 1 rarity tier instead of 2, so legendary will now trade for epic instead of rare. Trade interaction times have been significantly reduced, so trading a legendary weapon now takes 1.75 seconds instead of 5 seconds. Fire cell trading offers have been improved. For the loadout drop markers no longer take priority when pinged near them. Stamina bar quality of life, added a stamina bar that displays the amount of tactical sprint a player has remaining, which is off by default. Players can enable it in the setting with options to display it in the next squad widget or reticle. So just a reminder, if you want this, be sure to turn it on in your settings. Lethal and tactical refill on loadout pickup. Matching lethal tactical equipment will now be refilled upon picking up a loadout instead of being dropped to the ground. Auto pickup lethal, so if a player has empty lethal tactical slots indicated by white dots on the UI, they will now automatically pick up new equipment. Kill cam delay, a short delay has been added at the start of kill cam to prevent players from accidentally skipping to the next player. Airspace too crowded notification quality of life, the airspace too crowded message will now also play when equipping a kill streak based on where the player is looking. XP text adjustment was positioned too close to the center of the screen and now has been adjusted for better readability. Disconnect icon on scoreboard, added support for disconnect icon on the scoreboard to indicate when a teammate has disconnected. Gulag kill feed icon, a distinct kill feed icon has been added to differentiate between eliminations in the gulag or on the field. Kill feed visibility, squad members can now see their teammates' eliminations both in and out of the gulag. Favorite loadout priority, a player's favorited loadout will now appear at the top loadout in loadout crate. D-pad functionality in winner circle and Warzone winner circle screen controller players can now use the D-pad to navigate the menu. Players must hold down left on the D-pad to enable emotes. Improve icon fade distance while ADS, so increase the distance from the center of the screen at which icons begin to fade out while aiming down sight, providing a clearer view. Recon drone damage feedback, players using the recon drone will now receive feedback when taking damage from enemy players or environmental hazards like gas. Loot distribution of perk packs made improvements to how perk packs overlap with other items when dropped on death. Enemy advanced UAV voiceover, so a voiceover line will now play when 3 enemy UAVs are used, signaling an advanced UAV is now active. Error messages for deploying boxes in gas quality of life. Players attempting to deploy munitions, armor, or utility boxes over 40 meters in the gas will now receive an error message. And then the perk, this is the new perk low profile, but they also did adjustments to existing perks. So Mountaineer, a fix for Mountaineer perk is set to launch shortly after the release of Season 2 Reloaded, meaning that it's that's not going to be available for his day. We understand that many players have been eagerly waiting to use this new perk, and we sincerely apologize for the delay. While we would have preferred to release it earlier, we appreciate your patience and can't wait for you to experience it soon. Stay tuned for updates on the Trello board. Reactive armor, updated description for clarity. New description: your armor will regenerate up to 50% of its maximum if you have not taken damage in the last 5 seconds. Alertness: the indicator will now appear at the edge of the player's screen regardless of their HUD settings. So they did some equipment updates, adjustments. Experimental gas grenade, adjusted movement speed penalties. With tactical resistance, the penalty is 5% down from 25%. Without tactical resistance, the penalty is 15% down from 50%. Fixed the bug causing movement speed penalties to stack unintentionally. And then they said they've received our feedback about the movement speed penalty caused by gas grenades, and then they did an investigation and all that. And then for the kill streaks adjustments, bunker buster, adjusted movement speed penalties. With tactical resistance, penalty is 5% down from 25%, and then without tactical resistance, the penalty is 15 down from 50. UAV, adjusted the distance at which the warning call out for a UAV is triggered. And then for the weapons, these are the new weapons that we've already spoken about. You should already know what they are: the melee weapons, the 1.3 sector, and all that. And then the new attachment, the bell fed. Now for the general adjustments, it says the following adjustments are only applicable to Modern Warfare 2 and 3 weapons. So weapons: reduce idle sway on all MW2, MW3 weapons, reduce weapon bob on all of them, and reduce the turn sway. For the ammo attachments, high velocity ammo, bullet velocity increase from 20 to 25, reduce damage range penalty. Low grain ammo, gun kick benefit increase from 5 to 12, recoil control increase from 8 to 15, and remove damage range and bullet velocity penalty. High grain ammo, remove gun kick and recoil control penalty. Round nose, added an 8% bullet velocity benefit, removed damage range. And then mono, bullet velocity benefit increased from 8 to 12, added a firing aim stability benefit, removed gun kick and recoil control penalty. Our goal here was to remove the penalties from the most used MW2 and MW3 ammo types to make a less trade-off, I guess. And then mag ammo attachments, remove movement speed penalties on all MW2, MW3 extended mags, reduce handling penalties on all MW2 and MW3 extended mags, and then remove all penalties from medium-size extended mags for the same weapons. And then for the weapon adjustments with balance changes, AK-74, you'll see the changes right here, the ones marked in green. So the range has gone up for a medium range 1, and then the minimum damage range, the damage has gone from 28 to 29 to 86.3. The Cypher 091, the range has gone up here from the maximum damage range. Medium damage range has also gone up all the way to 71.1, and then minimum damage has been increased from 33 to 35 damage, and the range is now up to 71.1 meters. The Krieg C, same exact thing. So post-patch range gone up to 50, then the medium damage range 1 gone from 50 to 71.1, and then the same exact thing, it's at 71, but damage has not been changed. For the Model L, it's actually been nerfed, so the damage has been reduced by 1, the range has actually felt a lot, and then they also, the minimum damage range, the damage has also gone up by 1, and then additional adjustments, lower torso length multipliers decreased from 1 to 0.85, bullet velocity decreased from 820 to 800, same sort of thing that they did here with these for the leg multipliers and all that. And then for the XM4, they also did a nerf only to the minimum damage range from 22 to 20, so another XM4 nerf. Additional adjustments, upper torso multiplier decreased from 1 to 0.96, lower torso and arm multipliers also decreased from 1 to 0.89, extended mag 3, which is 100 round, aim down sight speed penalty increased from 30 to 42%, buffer stock sprint to fire penalty increased from 15 to 20, aim down sight speed penalty increased from 31 to 38, burst fire attachment, maximum damage decreased from 40 to 34, maximum damage range decreased from 45 to 38, and then minimum damage. So it was just a big nerf. Even the attachments were nerfed for it as well. And then the GPR, CHF barrel, vertical recoil penalty reduced from 55 to 40, horizontal reduced from 25 to 20, rapid fire horizontal recoil penalty increased from 25 to 30. The C9 ended up getting a nerf as well. So the range now is 12.1 instead of 13, and then the range here fell to 22.8. And then note this weapon will now have only 1 medium damage range, and then it says also 22.8 down from 30. And then additional adjustments, medium damage range 2 removed, bullet velocity decreased from 570 to 540. For the compact 92, so damage adjustments, we have 13.2 meters up from 10.5, and then from 10.5 here increased to 13.2, and that is pretty much all that they did. And then the additional adjustments, aim down sight speed improved from 210 to 200, upper torso and arm multipliers from 1.07 to 1.1. The PP919 range has been reduced, so maximum damage range, medium damage range, damage has been reduced by 2 as well, from 34 to 32, range right here reduced, and then the damage from 30 to 28, and then minimum damage from 28 to 26. And then for the GPMG, so these are the LMGs. Now the damage is 24 from 27. The range has gone up though, and then it says they have also removed this area, and then the damage has gone up by 1 for the minimum damage range, and the range has also fallen. Additional adjustments: remove medium damage, lower torso and leg multiplier increased from 0.82 to 1, and then aim down sight speed improved from 460 to 445. The Fang 82 pre-fire delay improved from 55 to 25. Slide to fire speed improved, dive to fire speed improved, aim down sight speed improved, movement speed improved, crouch movement speed, sprinting movement improved, and ADS, so this got a big buff. And then the AEK 973, these are the adjustments. So damage has gone up by 1, range has gone up quite a bit, and then the range also went up here and then right here. So other than this, that's the only damage that got raised. And then the max size increased from 45 to 5 for extended mag 1. For the SWAT, burst delay reduced from 250 to 220, rapid fire burst delay reduced from 200 to 170. Sarkov, small improvements to shot queuing to help prevent accidental follow-up. The SVD, so the only sniper rifle, that is the damage being raised to 100 from 90, and then upper torso multiplier from 0.7 to 0.88, leg multiplier increase, and then bullet velocity increase. And then these, all of their attack speeds or lunge distances have been increased by a little bit, so 1.8, 1.3, and 1.7 meters. And then the attachments: under barrel crossbow, increase ammo count, increase ADS zoom level, and the projectile velocity. And then for the challenges, Warzone Optics Master Calling Cards, and now tracks when a player earns all reticles for 33 optics. Players who have already completed this challenge will receive the calling card upon logging in. Calling card update: certain calling cards now properly display a Black Ops 6 required tag, indicating they are unlocking through challenges related to Black Ops 6. Warzone Weapon Camo Intergalactic Challenge, updated description for the concussions instead of stun grenades. And then Prestige 3 renamed and adjusted, renamed from Hellfire to Streak Spender, and then now requires players to purchase kill streaks from buy stations instead of previous requirement. And then the final thing that we have are the bug fixes. So a lot: movement and weapons, fix the issue where players are unable to attack sprint after switching to a melee weapon, fix the issue where on control after leaving water with melee weapon equipped, switching weapons while mantling will cause unintended behavior. When entering water with a melee weapon equipped and exiting, weapon switch would default to the backup pistol instead of primary. And then players had throwing knives equipped as their lethal, and then to swap to the dedicated melee, the throwing knife would override their melee. Fixed the issue where visual recoil was too intense for the Jag Jawbreaker. Issue with the fast mag attachment that resulted in extra rechamber animations playing at the end. Combat and gameplay: fixed issues where a player eliminated another player from their teammates, eliminated them again. Both eliminations would count for the first player. Fixed the issue where eliminations did not track properly for a player who downed an enemy that was taken hostage and executed. Fixed an issue where gas masks would take damage from gas grenades while inside the PDS safe zone. Fixed a rare issue where a player who had recently used a PRD would retain the PRD icon on the minimap. Kill streaks: fixed the issue where sometimes the warning callout would not play for enemies when another player called in 3 UAVs. Fixed the issue where the cluster strike missiles would look like they were landing sideways. Fixed the issue where the precision airstrike danger close text would appear unexpectedly when ADSing. And then for the UI, fixed the issue where the self ping marker was missing, an issue where players would incorrectly appear as squad members in the squad widget. Fixed the issue where the scoreboard did not display kills or assist in the gulag, an issue where the after action report failed to display all player stats, an issue with changing or selected operators could break the walking screen animation and display a blank text, and then where post match rank display too early in ranked after action report flow. Stability: fixed the issue where small game freezes and flashes would occur when a player disconnects, an issue where players could encounter a dev error when attempting to access buy stations, an issue where some players encountered a dev error when navigating or leaving sections of Warzone, and then fixed the issue where dev errors could occur when tabbing in the barracks menu. Miscellaneous: fixed the issue where Valeria's head model was missing while performing the Who's a Good Boy emo, fixed the issue in the boot camp where buy stations sometimes displayed incorrect inventory, and then fixed the issue where players were kicked off the play tab when entering the battle pass tab. So that is everything. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and tomorrow we get that update.